Hey, thanks for being here today for another episode of Start Living Sustainable. I'm glad you're here. I just want to share a little insight with you that will give you a peek into my life and what it really is like on a daily basis, trying to live that eco-friendly lifestyle. If you're anything like me and you want life to be just a little more simpler, living in big cities like Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, these are places where I've lived and they are busy, they're crowded, and they're noisy. And sometimes I just wish that I lived in a smaller town. But of course, we like all the modern conveniences that surround us, no matter where we live. But do we really need more fast food restaurants and fast cars and more fast fashion? Some of us might consider these conveniences, and we've become accustomed to them in our lives. But on the other hand, as I grow older and I really start to realize what is more important to life, what really matters, I've become much more aware of the values of just spending time in nature and appreciating God's creation, because it's all around us. And yes, we want life to be simpler, but we want those everyday things that are important for us to just get through a day, which has really forced me to look at what it is that sustainable living can provide for you. And that's why I advocate for this as part of my passion and mission. And in today's episode, I'm going to share some of my daily sustainable practices with you. I want you to see that living a sustainable life, it's an inspired, impactful way of living. And I'll share with you how I was first inspired to start living this lifestyle. So stay with me. Hi friends, welcome to Start Living Sustainable. I'm your host, Cynthia Harvey-Brown. In this podcast, I'm going to help you discover sustainable ways to improve your overall health and well-being in your home. And I'm going to show you how to do this without spending a lot of time or money, all in partnership with God. Yes, if you're ready to show yourself some love, experience a new level of wellness, build faith, and align your values with God's vision for your life, then you're in the right place. Pour out the diet soda, and we should talk about those yoga pants. Let's have some serious fun in today's episode. So let's just go ahead and dive into this episode, and so that I can share with you what a typical day is like for me living a eco-friendly lifestyle. And just like I was inspired, I pray that you're also encouraged to start taking small steps. And you can take those small steps with me by facing the challenges and overcoming them as you experience some of the victories of living a sustainable lifestyle that you can also have. And I'm cheering for you, and I want you to know that there is support available as you journey through this and walk through this. So join me in our private Facebook community for the encouragement and the weekly tips to keep you going and to help you stay the course. So I will put those links below. And I want to be able to answer any specific questions that you may have. I'm here for you. So let's go ahead and talk about what it's like to live a sustainable life, and really what inspired me in the first place to want to pivot and change the direction in the way that I was actually living before I realized what sustainable living was really all about. You see, I just want to share this quick story with you. In, our world that we live in, it's sometimes we just have to stop and look at things in a new way. we have to sometimes just say, you know what, I want to level up. I want to improve in areas of my life, whether it's what we eat, what we wear, or how we're taking care of ourselves. So as an individual, you want to understand that journeying towards sustainable living might just inspire not only you, but others around you. One of my students years ago introduced me to the idea of sustainable living and asked me to help her find sustainable brands that align with her personal as well as her professional career goals. She had values that she wanted to align with companies that she supported, companies that she was interested in working with. And her story really inspired me. It really shifted the trajectory of my life, and it changed my career as a coach. I knew if I was going to help her, I needed to learn more about this eco-friendly living thing and why it even mattered. So in our journey to discover what it meant to adapt sustainable practices, I realized how important it was for me and my health, just like it is for you and your health and well-being. So what is a day like for me? Well, I get up every morning like everybody else, and I acknowledge God first and foremost in my life. I know His presence is important to me because He sustains me. And one of the scriptures that comes to mind for me is Psalms 31:14 and 15. And it says, "But as for me, I trust in you, O Lord." I have to say, you are my God. My life, my future, my times are in your hands. And an eco-friendly routine for me is keeping it simple. And what I mean by keeping it simple is, I wash my face and I brush my teeth like everybody else. All my beauty, toothpaste, and hair care products are all eco-friendly. I have done a lot of research on certain products and brands, and there are certain ingredients and things I just don't want on my face. I don't want near my body. So I will share more about what some of those brands are and who they are. And maybe I'll create a list for you if you're interested in knowing more about products that you can find and use that are safe. After about an hour of just solitude and quiet and just listening for direction, I'll open up my emails. And while I have a cup of coffee or a cafe mocha, or I'll drink a cup of tea, just depending on the mood that I'm in, and I do take my mineral supplements. At 8:30, I'm checking my schedule for morning appointments or afternoon interviews or any research that I've started on a design project that I may be working on that I need to kind of factor into my day. By 10 o'clock, I'll start the design process if I'm working in the studio. I do turn on the air filter because if I'm cutting fabrics, I want to make sure that any of the fibers that are floating around in the room are being sucked in through the air filter and I'm not inhaling it in my lungs. I sometimes like playing music. It keeps me inspired and energized, and there are plants and there's a cheerful yellow color on the wall. My studio is a happy place, and I'm actually recording this podcast right now in my studio, and I spend most of my day where I'm inspired and passionate about the work that I do and what I share with you here in this space. I also meet with my clients who are interested in eco-friendly products, or if I'm going out to source materials for a project, and of course those are sustainable fabrics, I'll visit a local artisan or a fabric house or I'll meet with one of my contractors who produce my eco-friendly, ethical made clothing for my apparel line, Shift in Season. And I could be working for a client doing a custom job. And so I'm always looking for sustainable textiles that I can work on. Usually I'll have lunch between like 1:30 and 2. And for me, I was a vegetarian, but no longer. But I do eat fresh catch salmon. I'll have a salad of some sort along with my vitamins and supplements. And I'll enjoy just eating in the park. If I'm outside, there's places that I'll go and sit and just reflect on the beauty of nature. I find it very inspiring, and even some of the ideas for some of the topics that I discuss here on the podcast, or inspiration for the designs I'll get from just having a conversation with someone that I meet and learning something about them or from them that is inspirational. I will generally have my meetings later in the day because I really like to save my mornings for the creative process. Late afternoon, 5:30, I say. I usually will like to meet with clients, whether it's in person or via a Zoom. I'll check my emails and answer emails at that time. And that usually will last for 2.5 hours or so. And at 6 o'clock, I try and wind down. I'll take a walk with my husband. I'll play a game of pickleball, or I'll do a workout. And these are activities that are crucial to me. It really does help me to reflect on my day, to de-stress from anything that really was overwhelming in the work that I was doing. And it really helps me to take my mind off my work and to just really unwind for the evening. And I do that by sitting at 7:30 or, between 7:30 and 9, I'll sit and I'll have a snack, and that could be a piece of fruit and some cheese or dried roasted nuts, while me and my husband will sit and watch a movie, or either I'll jump on a call and talk to a family member to just catch up. And by 9, I'm in that relaxation mode. I'll read a book, or I'll review a few things via video. But at that point, I'm just really kind of unwinding, relaxing, and 10:30 usually is my bedtime. And I'm just like, give me my bamboo sheets. It's time to recharge and dream a little. I really am passionate about my work, and this really summarizes the essence of an eco-friendly day for me. Every choice, big or small, reflects my commitment to this ever-changing and I find evolving lifestyle. I pray that we can connect and work together for the greater good and well-being of women just like you, whom I hope to inspire. So I want to hear about the strides you're making, the challenges you're overcoming or will overcome, and the ones that you will be facing. Inevitably, this sustainable lifestyle will bring up and cause you to address misconceptions about sustainability. You'll be battling resistance from friends and family, and you'll find that you will sometimes have to overcome the difficulties of changing some of your long established habits. But I also want you to celebrate the milestones along the way. So I do want to hear from you. So go ahead and sign up and join the movement to start living sustainable. I'll see you next time, which is of course next week when I drop a new episode. And I really hope to hear from you in the community. Thank you for joining me here today at Start Living Sustainable. Please take a moment and head over to Apple Podcasts and leave me a review. That really lights me up. If you were encouraged or blessed in any way, show your love and share the episode link with someone that you know that may benefit. Thank you so much, and until next time, God bless you, sis.